So it is with great pleasure that I welcome back this year's VWS commencement speaker, Ms. Stephanie Ho.
Good morning. Let's see if I can open this. Thank you for that introduction, Elisa, and thank you to the faculty, Board of Trustees, and Mr. Stockdale for the invitation to speak at this year's commencement. I'm extremely honored to have this privilege to address this incredible class and be a part of the celebration. First off, congratulations to the class of 2015 and to the parents and families of these graduates. A couple months ago, Mr. Stockdale reached out to me by email, and he just said, "I have something to ask you. It would be better to discuss over the phone." One thing that doesn't change after graduating is that when you get an email from an authority figure, from Webb, basically saying, "We need to talk," it still feels like you're getting called into the dean's office, or in this case, the head of schools. So before I could hit reply, I had to think back to my 10-year reunion, which was this past October. And I had to figure out what could have prompted this over this phone discussion. We eventually connected, and to my utter surprise and relief, he asked me to speak at this commencement. Once the shock subsided, I asked myself, what kind of message could I leave this graduating class with? Naturally, I made a to-do list, one of the many things I learned to do at Webb. 1, don't waste their time, so say something meaningful. B, be inspirational, so at some point, quote Oprah. 3, keep it short and sweet, and hopefully something sticks. So here it goes. 11 years ago, I was up here with 43 amazing women, many of whom I still talk to today. I felt confident and ready to take on my new adventures in Boston, except for maybe the weather, of course. But I knew that that confidence existed because of my experience here at Webb. I started to think about what I'd miss about Webb. I'd miss living next door to my best friends and having them by my side. Texting was a little rough on flip phones in 2004, so it was a perk that I could literally yell into the hallways of Jones to communicate. Gossiping while walking up Jim Hill, the Froyo machine, although I hear that the dining hall serves sushi now. Hanging out the statue, changing the clocks in the dean's English class so we can get out of lunch early. And now you can see why I assumed I was in trouble when Mr. Stockdale emailed me. But what I'd missed most was, and what was on the top of that list, was that I was going to miss the 43 girls I just returned from Yosemite with. I'd miss my class. Ladies, I want you to look around you now, and if anything, remember this moment. Hopefully, like me, you are proud of yourself and even prouder of your class as a whole, and realize how lucky you are to be sitting up there, being honored and celebrated all together one last time. You also might be curious where each of you will end up years from now, and much like my class, you'll become successful businesswomen, doctors, artists, lawyers, writers, researchers, teachers, wives, and mothers. So today, in no way will I be talking about the path to success, because after leaving Webb, if you really want something, you will achieve it. What I do plan on talking about today is how Webb has prepared you to be outstanding and extraordinary women. And the most important lesson I've learned that has always provided me clarity when I needed it the most. The one thing that every graduate remembers after leaving this campus is that there's really no place like Webb. Each of you have been gifted this very unique education and social experience, and while you may not realize it now, you will later in life realize how much of an impact Webb has made on you as an individual. Webb has molded you into the women you are today, and the values and character you've learned here and developed here will transfer into the women you will become in the future. So today, you leave here, or you'll leave this campus without your teachers telling you to do your assignments, without the school nurse knocking on your door if you happen to sleep through class, and definitely without mandatory afternoon activities or study hours, which you will find gives you plenty of time to do everything or nothing at all. But you will leave here with some lifelong friends and what Webb has taught you, and that is how to form and voice your own opinions, to stay driven and committed to improve, to test your boundaries, to play to your strengths but also work on your weaknesses, and to strive for success however you choose to define it. You'll take all of these things with you, and as you step out on Baseline Road, you'll find out that you are well ahead of the game. So now that you've acquired these tools to ultimately find your passion and your purpose, I suggest you do you until you get there. So what does that mean? To quote a reliable online source, Webb will appreciate my proper citation skills here. I've called upon the Urban Dictionary, which I hear is a pretty reliable source to some of my lawyer friends. This was posted on January 28, 2009 by Feel and Ferndeasy. The spelling of Ferndeasy is with 4 E's, so you know that's a reliable source. They say doing you is basically what all you ever need to do. As long as you do you, you can't complain about anything. If one is ever stuck in a dilemma or in a toss-up, just say, forget it, I'm going to do me. Doing you is when you lose all regard for other people's opinions and are finally at peace with yourself. As long as doing you is chill, then ain't no one going to stop you. In other words, doing you is finding yourself and really understanding who you are. You may think you have a good handle of who you are today, but trust me, it will change. Maybe not by a whole lot, but you're just going to know so much more than you do today. And your views and approach to things will adapt to that knowledge. For example, 11 years ago, I was dead set on being a doctor. Now, if you didn't hear Lisa's introduction, I currently work in entertainment and I'm a spin instructor. There's no way you could have convinced 17-year-old Steph Ho that her future involved movies and yelling at people on stationary bikes instead of wearing scrubs and seeing patients. But I'm happier than I ever thought possible simply because I did me. Over the next 4 years, and even through your adult life, you'll learn that by truly understanding yourself, you can weather any storm. And I want you to remember this because at any point you lose yourself, your goals, your ambitions, always be true to who you are, and that one thing will always give you guidance. I want to share a quote with you that serves as my annual reminder to just do you. I say it's my annual reminder because my mom writes this in all my birthday cards. She's like, don't mess up. It says, always follow your heart and your dreams, as long as you are true to the strength within your heart to believe, learn, change, and grow, you can never go wrong. These are the 4 ideals I strive for. 1, believe. Believe in yourself because it's surprising what you can accomplish by having conviction and confidence in yourself and your capabilities. Believe in your intuition and your gut feeling because your biggest decisions in the future and in life should and will be based on it. 2, learn. Learn more about yourself through questioning what you don't know and doing things that are unfamiliar and out of your comfort zone. Make an effort to connect with others and surround yourself with great people. Learn from them, listen to them. Have a willing to understand their ideas and their points of view. Be self-aware by asking yourself what makes you happy and what really pisses you off. Do more things that make you happy and see if you're passionate enough about fixing the things that piss you off. 3, change. Change yourself for the better and implement positive change in the world. Through learning, you will be able to find what you have to offer to others. Be conscious of that gift and share more of it in order to empower change. That exchange of giving more is gaining more, which leads to growth. 4, grow as an individual. Truly comprehending the importance of increasing the value of your self-worth is absolutely priceless. Self-improvement is endless and takes commitment and discipline. So don't be afraid to fail because it can initiate growth. And if you do fail, take it from Taylor Swift, shake it off, and learn from it. Graduates, you've spent your time at Webb preparing for this moment, and now you have another 4 years to find out more about yourself, your skill sets, what drives your passion, and what your real purpose is. It's something that you love, that's challenging and stimulating, something you can take pride in. And while you discover this purpose, I want you to remember a few other important things. Have fun, stay humble, and most importantly, be thankful. I hope you can take some time today to thank the people who have supported you through your Webb journey, your Webb family of faculty and classmates, and above all, your parents. For the parents, this is as much of a graduation for you as it is for these women, and this moment is very bittersweet for you. So I wanted to try to bridge the gap of understanding between a graduate ready to leave home and a parent letting his or her daughter go. 3 years ago, my boss dropped his first child off to college, and upon returning, he said, "Steph, don't get old and don't have kids." Everyone around me nods, but as the youngest person in the room, I ask, why? Because 1, I'm going to get old, and 2, I want to have children. And he replied, But one of the hardest things he's ever had to do was say goodbye to his son. Because in that moment, as a parent, you already missed the feeling of being needed, but at the same time, you hope that you've raised him, or in this case her, well enough to be ready. So to the parents, there's absolutely no doubt about it. These Vivian Webb ladies are ready. And you have invested time, love, and a fair amount of money to prepare them. To the students, the struggle is real for your parents to let you go. So do them a solid, call them from time to time, tell them about your day, teach them how to use On Fleek, or how to, they laugh of course because you guys probably don't know it yet, or how to take a proper selfie, and thank them for all the support and the I'm just checking on you or are you alive text that you will receive if you haven't already. I'll leave you with one more thing because I do have to quote Oprah before I finish. Oprah said, "Luck is preparation meeting opportunity." Remember a few minutes ago, I asked you to look around you and remember how proud and lucky you feel in this moment. Ladies, you have reached your next opportunity, and as Vivian Webb daughters, we are strong and lucky individuals. We have been prepared with the tools to believe and lead, question, learn, and do, so we can implement change and grow individually in this world. So to the VWS class of 2015, you have reached this point. Be extremely proud of your accomplishments, and as you look ahead, trust in yourself as you move forward. And just remember, just do you, and you can never go wrong. Thank you, and again, congratulations to the class of 2015.